guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to talk about a few things today. So my videos are based on animals and sometimes family, so I don't post about technology or any other things like that. I try to talk about and show you guys things that I'm mostly interested in, and I try to share that with you guys. So I'm going to show you some things. I know I talked about the babies a few days ago. I just wanted to update you guys a little bit about that. So the only females I bred were Cookie and Stardust. Those were the only two females that should have been bred. I've been trying to go easy on breeding because, if genetics don't work out, the babies will not survive, things like that. So it's not necessarily always the breeder's fault. I put a lot of work into taking care of them and trying to give them the best possible chances of surviving. But sometimes if the genetics don't work in their bodies, it can cause them to have issues and not survive to adulthood. So, Princess is one baby she had. Well, Cookie ended, I think it's Cookie, but I'm not sure yet. So there was, you guys might have seen my short I made about a couple days ago. Well, I think the baby that passed away was one of Princess's. So I came out here the next day after I made the video for you guys, and there was four more babies in there. So there's 4 babies in here. There was 5 because of Princess's babies. One of Princess's babies. So I think these are Cookie's babies, but I'm not sure yet. Some of this fur in here was gray. Now it's back to white. I think this is mostly Princess's fur. But how I get a good look at the babies is, I feed the females over here, so I can get a good look at the nest. Now, I think the nest down here might be Stardust's. It's like Stardust. Because it's white fur. And I came out here and the female ran away quickly before I could see who it was. But I think this is Stardust. But I am not sure. And then, so there's only 2 gray rabbits in here, okay? So that's Lilith, and then that's Cookie. So Cookie and Lilith are the only 2 gray females in here. And I don't remember breeding Lilith, because over here, I came out here today, and this was here. So we have 3 nests of babies. So we have 5 in here, and I count these because I have to write this stuff down. So there's 5 babies in here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because of this guy over here. So there's 5 in here, and then there's 4 up there. So that's 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 babies. And I don't know how many's in that nest, because I don't know. There's no babies in it yet. The female was just ripping out fur. So I don't know whose babies these are. The fur kind of feels like Lilith, because I want to say this is Lilith's nest, but I don't want to be so sure. And if this is Lilith's nest, she is a new mom. So sometimes when they're new moms, they might not rip amount of fur that the babies might need. So there's actually less fur than the babies actually need. There's less here. The babies actually need tons of fur to stay warm and huddled in the nest. But I think this is Lilith because Lilith, is probably going to be a new mom. She might not know how much fur to rip out. So Princess, on the other hand, Princess is a pro mom, so she ripped out a ton of fur. But the thing about this is we didn't want to breed Lilith because she has a beautiful mane, and it doesn't look like her mane's ripped out. But on the other hand, you know, there's not that much fur. Like, there's not that much fur in the nest, so she must have not ripped out that much. So I want to say that this is Lilith's nest. So that might be Lilith's nest. And then Cookie, since she had more babies in Princess's nest, and I think the Princess's baby didn't, like, make it because Princess's baby was that pink little guy, but I don't see that pink little guy in here anymore. So I think it was her baby. So now I'm just going to call that Cookie's nest because most of her babies are in it. So I had to move this house in here because the one day Stardust, the house was here, and Stardust used it as a way to get out because there was a hay bale there, and that's why I put the hay bale over here. So that's just a general update for you, everybody here. I just wish the best hope for these babies, and I hope they survive. And you guys remember I bought the formula a month ago for Sugar's babies. You know, I did everything to my best ability, and I work really hard for these guys, and, you know, so most of my life is spent taking care of my animals and make sure they thrive well and trying my best. So, I mean, all we can do is try our best in this lifetime, really. So, I have to feed the females extra to make sure they feed the babies, you know, milk and stuff. So that's what, you know. And they've been drinking a ton of water. I gave them one at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know I woke up kind of late, and I got out here as soon as possible to take care of them. And I'm just cleaning out their bowls right now. And I don't really mind bunny stuff because I've been doing this for years. So, it doesn't really bother me because I'm used to this by now. So I'm going to actually fill up their bowls, and they need tons of water now to make sure the babies can get milk, because water turns into milk for the babies. If the mom's dehydrated, the babies will be dehydrated, because milk is made out of water. They need fluids and stuff. So I'm going to take care of these babies. So now I just wanted to show you guys the babies and really just talk about the channel overall, like, you know, what I post about. I know after a while things cannot be as exciting as they used to be, so I definitely do my best to try to make my videos entertaining and exciting, and show you guys, you know, when they're born and them growing up, and, you know, the stages of life for the baby bunnies, and I try to show them as much as possible. But that nest over there was a surprise to me. I was actually not expecting another nest to be there. I mean, some of this fur is still gray, so I'm just, you know, that's still Cookie. It's Cookie's babies probably. Stardust feels kind of pregnant. I thought they might have miscarried because of the heat, but apparently they didn't. Apparently now we have tons of babies. And babies, since there's less fur in that nest, the babies keep crawling out. And I'm worried about them getting lost and not being able to get back to the nest, to get back to mom, you know. Because they need the nest to, you know, get milk, because the mom comes back to the nest to feed everyone. And here's just everyone else. Just everyone else in the barn. Here they are. Just all, you know, well and happy. And clean these guys out. I still take care of everyone else, even though I have my hands full with baby stuff going on. So, if that is Lilith, I do feed them a lot, so they're all kind of fat, so it's kind of hard to tell who's pregnant and who's not. So, my sister might have bred Lilith, I'm trying to ask her about that. Because, I have to know who bred with who to make sure who the father and mom is, that kind of stuff. Now, I'm wondering, because she's kind of checking out the nest, or, over there, so I'm not sure if she's the mom. I don't know who the mom is, really, but the fur's gray, it's not white, so it has to be Lilith. Because Cookie was supposed to give birth on the 18th. That's when her delivery date was supposed to be. And those babies up there were born about the 17th or 18th. So those are probably Cookie's up there. So I'm going to say that Lilith is the one down below. That's what I wanted to show you guys today about the new baby bunnies. I'll have to show you guys the babies down there and who the mom might be. But Stardust doesn't really look pregnant to me, but she feels pregnant. So, I'm going to give these bunnies some water, stuff like that. Make sure the bunnies have water because the temperatures can rise and become hot. I got to make sure everybody stays hydrated. And also, you guys stay hydrated as well because of the heat. Make sure you're drinking your water. I drink my water. I have 1,000 milliliters on it. And I fill it up and I drink it. So, make sure you guys stay hydrated. The heat can be ridiculous. So, I'm going to pause the video and go get their water container I filled up earlier. So that's what I'm going to do. But now, look at this. Cookie Sugar should not have been pregnant. She is done being pregnant. So, Sugar is done after her litter, all that kind of stuff. But look at this. I did not breed her, but look at this. She's gathering up nesting straw like a mom would. So that's why I'm very, very confused right now. Because I'm trying to figure out who's giving birth to who and, trying to figure out whose nest is who. So she should not be pregnant. That's why I'm so confused right now. And maybe the white fur is Cookie or Sugar. I'm getting so confused. So maybe that is her nest. I don't know. So guys, maybe you can help me figure this out because this is really frustrating because I'm trying to figure out whose babies are whose, and it's been a roller coaster. Maybe she's helping, I don't know. But look at this, guys. Are you guys seeing this? What are you doing? So Sugar has had no contact with males because of her previous birth. So her previous birth did not go well. We know that the babies didn't survive. And because Sugar is probably my mom estimated she had to be about a 7 to 8 year old female. So she should not be getting pregnant, but I didn't know her backstory before she came with us. So she's going to that nesting area, which means that might be hers. Because, look, she's under there putting the straw in. So that might be her nest. Yeah, look, she's building the nest. So that's probably Sugar's. I'm gonna say that's probably Sugar's fur in there. But this is just a big surprise to me because the females that I didn't breed end up having babies, and it's been really confusing. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, guys, but I want to show you guys my secret little paper stash over here. Now, This only comes in handy when I have to rip up paper for a nesting mother, or, you know, mother who's building a nest and needs some paper ripped up. Even though that I didn't breed a female and, you know, she's nesting or whatever, I still care about the babies. Even though I'm not happy about them, because, like, you know, sometimes births can be risky, and especially if the female is old or whatever. So I'm just gonna rip this up really quick. Throw this in for her. So guys, see that I put the paper in there? So we can just watch her nest and stuff. We can just watch and see what she does. So I'm gonna go get that jug of water now. So guys, I got the jug of water, but I'm gonna have to figure out if one of the females in there are both male and female, because this is really surprising and I don't really understand it. So guys, that's what I had to share with you guys in today's video. And that's what I really wanted to talk about, because I wanted to show you that nest over there. See the babies. Just so we can, okay, so this is what a nesting mother looks like over there. You guys can see what they do. They gather up materials, rip out fur to build a nest. And Sugar might be looking on the pregnant side. Can zoom in on her a little bit. But she shouldn't be having any babies, so. So guys, I will show you updates on if she gives birth or not, you know, and that kind of stuff. And I'll keep you guys posted about everything. So that's going to end today's video, and I'm happy I got to share all this stuff with you guys, and bye.